My name is Gennaro. I'm a visual art teacher, self-visual teacher, and I found a problem. A problem that is common for many artists. As an artist, we need to observe our object, our reference, and we need the perfect perspective, the front of view, which is parallel to the viewpoints. Otherwise, the perspective will be disproportionate without problem in distortion. And most of the artists use a tilted surface, in this case in the field table. However, the reference may be placed next to the table, but there's a problem. Artists should constantly turn their neck, so ergonomically it's not so an advantage. Therefore, I checked that in commerce there are several different tables provided in the United States. Most of them provide the next table, but the problem is still there. So I found that the perfect point of view is the frontal view that has the opportunity to watch both surface for the work and the visual reference. Visual reference currently are from laptop and computer, so the computer can be put next to the table, but it's not a good thing for the space. I also checked that the market, if we also consider only the architect, 38% of the furniture for office is a very big slice of the market. If we also consider painters, sculptors, and artists in general, so the percentage could be even bigger than this. So for the market, is a very benefit. So my idea, as explained previously, is the opportunity to watch, observe from the same surface, the visual reference, in this case a laptop, the screen, and so the visual artist should not turn constantly the neck. So ergonomically, these advantages, as you may see here, this is the visual reference that we provide now. This is the best drafting table I found so far with a telescopic screen. However, the problem is still the lateral visual. So my idea is to provide this solution here. It is possible to hold the laptop on the screen by applying a device. So in this case, the frontal view is perfect for the visual artist, ergonomically perfect, and also the workflow is also improved because there's not any efforts, physical and mental, so the person can focus on the job. My idea is to create this object here. It's a felt tape, it's a plastic or a rubber in two parts. The plastic is a sort of belt that could be stick on the surface. So as I mentioned previously, there are ergonomic comfort, improved concentration, and fruitful because the workflow is improved. And the resource, the $5,000 could be useful for patent invention, refine the design for a prototype. Because the prototype could be also tested in the market. We also have to understand if the user will be interested in this object. But since I checked already the market, there is a big percentage that will be interested. If you also consider architect, cartoonists, caricaturists, and visual artists in general, it's going to be a big market. Because media is also, I already used my concept here for my personal project. Obviously, this is a homemade object, but the concept is this one. If you may see, the table is tilted, its pipe is tilted, it doesn't fall down. So the concept is to create an object for the market. As you may see here, the reference is the picture here, and I don't have to constantly turn my neck. In fact, also the history explained that it's a perfect point of view for the artist. Exactly, it's history, it's art. It's a concept of that for professional. So if you have any question related to the project,
yeah, so I'm curious, so how, you came up with this idea because you're an artist yourself?
Yes, because the idea came up in mind because I would seek to constantly turn my neck because I have my next table here with the laptop, and since there is a sense of the distortion, I can have problem in proportion and say, let me check on Google, let me check in the store. If there is no one provided, I did by myself.
So how did you how does your first gen work?
So since a homemade product, I use a couple of bolts here with a belt. So my intention was very, how to say, handmade. That's the reason I would like to create a prototype like this. The same concept that clamp literally on the surface, two pieces, and this a belt that attach it to the laptop that doesn't fall. Like in this case, I'll show you here. Yeah, you may see here. So any laptop, it's not the problem the size, the problem the weight, because it's strictly connected here, doesn't fall down, never ever. Can stay also 6-7 hours in this position, never fall down.
So, I mean, certainly it's a problem, and you're finding I think a very practical way to solve it.
Absolutely.
In terms of a business, I mean, how big of a market do you see?
As I mentioned previously,
Yeah.
the market for the furniture for the office is big. It's almost 29% of the architect, but we also consider cartoonists, comics artists, visual artists in general, painters, teachers. The market is big.
So,
So
okay.
these are
Yeah,
quantities.
these are percentages, where's the quantity?
This is for the
Okay, I
architect
see,
field.
yeah.
I
For the,
see, over
yeah.
and right, I didn't see
So
that before.
750,000.
If we consider also the artists, official artists in that state, we have painters, musicians, composers, but painters and sculptor and craft artists are the 38% of the job market.
Yeah.
So, as a user, it's a big slice.
Can you go to the slide before that, because that showed like the desks that are being sold now.
This
Another
one?
one, was there
Yeah.
another one? No, no, the one that had the, yeah,
This
that
one,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. You may
Because
see-
people are buying those now, I guess, how big
Yeah.
is that market of people buying those type
Right,
of
exactly.
furniture?
Exactly, but this solution doesn't provide
Right.
the frontal perspective.
No, I get it, they don't work.
You can convert this market to your market because of the added
Yeah.
benefits you
Yeah.
have. And, you know, this solution here just reminds me of the Veridesk invention,
Yeah.
right? Which, you know, they created a box so people can stand, right?
Right.
But look at that, I mean, that guy's killing it in the market
Right.
right now.
It's also good for the easel, because not just for the drafting table, because we try to also use the easel tilted, and we can also put the laptop in this frontal view. Could be also
Okay.
for painting, drawing, whatever. So it's a solution that adapts any computer, portable computer as a laptop.
The computer built.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Right.
this solution
Yeah.
here is good for the laptop, but next, so doesn't provide the perfect front view. So
Yeah.
this problem in proportion is still there.
So how much is, how, so what you're trading off from side to side, going straight to side is I've gotta look up and look down,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, I show you
How
here.
much, how big a problem is that?
You mean the problem in count of surface, you mean?
Keep going, so keep going.
Is there a benefit
Keep
at the end
going.
of the day from side to side than going up and
Yeah,
down?
like this is, you know, an ergonomic challenge, but this,
Exactly, because because the user doesn't have to look constantly the table or the next table, because can check, as in this case here, here, so, because doesn't lose the sense of proportion, neither the sense of distortion, because you may see
Just
here.
frontal, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
frontal, exactly.
yeah, but the one,
There's
the
no
one
range to it, no?
example you had there where, it was the closest to, you know, you had something right here, so it wasn't like a 90-degree shift.
It's not
It was
like
like
here,
maybe,
it's here,
45.
because you have to know that drafting table is about this big,
well,
so the monitor is here.
But even if you move 40, I think the point is 45 degrees this way or 45 degrees this way, right? From an ergonomics perspective, it's different wear and tear. But I don't know that.
It's like this, it's economic.
Yeah,
It's
it
fine.
feels a little bit better.
Because I
Yeah.
check constantly here, like this.
yeah.
As you may see here,
Okay.
I also calculated the degree of the eye, like you may see here.
Yeah, so
Ah.
don't, keep going off to the,
That one?
no, more, hey, this one. So in here, you've got this angle, you'll look to here to here,
Depending on
right?
the drafting table. For example, this case is so big, but we can also be like this, depending on the proportion of the laptop, because
Okay.
it's adjustable for any laptop. Any screen could be small, big, depends.
Okay,
As well as
Any
the drafting
table.
table, the drafting could be
Yeah.
also bigger or taller than this.
What do you think you're gonna sell this for?
Yeah.
What do you
As
think
I
it'll
mentioned previously, for the architect, visual artist, cartoon.
how much?
How much?
money?
How much the price? That's I would like to fund. I need to fund because I have to understand the market. Because I have to understand So the price for the single product, the price for the prototype, the price for the market. I also have to make a sort of survey to understand how could the architect spend. But for real, for me, it's cheap because as you may see here, it could be in plastic or hard rubber and a felt tape.
It's one of those things you could charge a lot more than it costs.
Yeah,
just
you could
because
probably
it's-
you could
it's
probably make that
supposed to
thing
be
for a
cheap.
buck.
could
As
sell
a
it for
product.
50.
Yeah.
If we calculate only the material, if we calculate.
Yeah, you can injection mold the corner pieces and felt tape.
What about the U shape? I mean, you know, you're gonna have different thicknesses of tables. I can see the computer, you've got the elastic to take up widths of computers, but what do you, I guess you'll work that through depending upon what that's gonna look like at the end of the day. The U shape that's gonna go above the wood or the,
Fragmentation also to maybe the bed may also be longer than this.
Well, I think
Because
the
What's
thing
the
that
plan?
holds it to the table, because what if my, you know, to example, what if my table's this thick or what if my table's this thick?
the gravity help
Yeah.
That's
because
true.
since you see here is glass plate here and the way it go down is perfectly firm.
So you gotta make it a
the
big U.
computer will act as a wedge, basically, when it comes back.
That's
almost.
because it's locked to the side here.
Yeah.
Because in the slide here, slide A and B
I think
lock
there's
perfectly.
technically
the
some more,
work is in
but
the
it's a
middle.
really, so would you be open to, when you prototype this thing, I would recommend that you prototype a few different types of designs that accommodate
That's my
different
point.
things. Right.
That's because I
Yeah.
would like to improve further
Yeah.
the project. Because in fact, as I said previously, is to refine the design.
Yeah,
That's
Okay.
the idea.
You'd probably 3D print the different U
you
shapes.
could
just
do, you could do tons of different things,
like-
and
It's a
gravity
work
is your
in
friend.
progress. To
Right.
understand the market, to understand how to
What
improve.
competition do you have? I'm sure there, you know, there are computer systems, if you go to a Staples, what have you, to you know, hold a computer in position.
These cases-
Have you looked at that at all?
It's a specific market. As I mentioned, it's for visual artists or
Yeah.
for artists lowers.
But have you
But,
looked
but
at
think about
other-
how many people are trying to solve the problem where you want a computer on a slant.
Right.
Exactly.
There's not too many
That's the
places that have
Yeah,
that problem.
Most of them hold it like
Yeah.
vertical,
Yeah.
flat,
Right.
to the side of the flat.
The
What-
idea that the surface, as also the laptop, is a perfect in this case.
Yeah.
What about your iPad?
The
Yeah.
iPad
Like, I like to use my iPad when I'm drawing.
can
I
also
don't.
be another challenge in this case. I can also create a couple of corners that lock in the four corners of the laptop. What do you say, the iPad? Could be,
Oh, no,
because of the idea. So we could ask the graphics.
So I think that's where, where
With the
I'm thinking
different
that there's,
prototypes.
that
Exactly,
you're gonna
different
want
prototypes
some
in case.
mechanical design, you wanna do a brainstorm design, I think,
Because
here
in this
on
case it's for laptop that
how
have
would I
this
hold
shape.
different, how would I hold the tablet?
Because it's blocked
Right.
practically in the middle for the laptop.
Right,
Blocked here.
right,
But for the piece like this, maybe we can provide four corners cluster like this.
Yeah.
And on the back, a sort of C.
Oh, because
Yeah.
you wanna elevate it so you have that visual, the correct visual frame. Because if you just
Yeah, just to
Tape
keep
it to
the
it.
surface
Yeah.
of the
You're gonna have the
laptop on
wrong
the tables.
angle.
Have you done any
Oh, yeah, you're right.
research
Yeah,
to-
right?
from-
Yeah, flip it up.
From the
That's hard.
standpoint of speaking to these artists, other
Yeah.
than yourself, on,
Focus
is
group
this
or-
really something they're gonna buy? If it was $2 or $20, do they really, really need this? Is it a real problem for them? Outside of what you have, what you know, have you done any outside?
We talk to other artists and.
Absolutely, I tried because they have the same problem. They also use the table next to the drafting tables. They have the same problem. But since it's not patented yet, I didn't mention the solution. But I have to say if they have the same problem. And what they do is practically to use the surface completely down and flat. But there's still the problem of proportion. Because if we work on a big surface, it's gonna be distorted. This is not what we want. We always need a surface tilted.
Yeah, I think a focus group of artists at some point, I think would be a good idea, you know, especially to test out the different prototype designs, what type of, visual, aids are they using.
It's a solution that is 5 a lot of people, audiovisual artists, because as I mentioned, there are painters,
Sure.
drawing, caricaturists, landscape designer, a lot.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Getting this in front of people when you're comfortable with it will give you some
Good
even more great.
feedback.
Because
Absolutely.
even like us
Definitely feedback.
non-artists thinking about the iPads or something like that, or the different desk sizes, like just thinking about that will be good.
You know, marker?
What if you've got like, instead of a,
I'm sorry.
I mean, do people not use, like, if it's, most of the visual art that they're looking at, is it always on an iPad or a laptop, or are they looking at a painting? Or a picture, or,
The picture are from the screen in this case, but if
so,
you
but
need,
some
yeah.
artists, do they still use the real picture or the?
absolutely. We can also block with this belt, also block
Yeah.
it.
I
That
think,
is
yes,
specific
I
for the
think
little
there may be some things that you want, that don't have a hinge, that you might just want to be able to put.
Could
the-
be a
Right. It could be,
physical
it could be a
photograph.
photograph,
Yeah.
it could be a
Photograph.
painting, it could be
It could be
something
a
they take
tablet.
off somebody's
Right.
wall, but
Yeah.
they're not gonna take a picture of it.
Usually I use this for the pictures
Okay,
on the
Yeah.
surface.
yeah.
It's just for the picture,
Yeah.
but if we need more than one picture, because printing of the picture as a reference takes a lot of money. For
Yeah.
this is preferable the screen because the resolution may be also higher than the paper.
I think most is gonna be digital, yeah. I mean, people
Yeah,
might
yeah.
do
If you also
that
use a
way,
pen
but-
drive
Just
for the
curious, yeah.
laptop,
Yeah.
how many picture can I add on it? How many reference?
Right,
Also video as well. Many tons of reference.
okay.
Hmm.
I like it. I do think that the mechanical idea could benefit from some other brainstorming.
A nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gennaro.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good job.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.